बात करेंगे पाकिस्तान के बारे में। पाकिस्तान में क्या हो रहा है? सेल हो रहा है, बिक रहा है पाकिस्तान। कौन बेच रहा है? असीम मुनीर जी, हाफिज जी। और पाकिस्तान का घोड़ा, वो जो घोड़ा ही इज राइडिंग, वो तो बिल्कुल हड्डी है बस, और कुछ नहीं है, पर फिर भी वो बिक रहा है। दैट्स व्हाई द फायर सेल इन पाकिस्तान is what I'm going to talk of. And what is the effect of this fire sale of Pakistan is what we have to see. And where does it take us is the issue. Okay, first and foremost, this is and mind you, all this I'm going to base on articles from Dawn. This is what they say, not what I say. I'm analyzing, like I analyze with the South China Morning Post China, I'm going to analyze Pakistan through Dawn. Now, 2 days back, Asim Munir came out. Now, he is going to carry out illegal activities. He's going to curb all illegal activities which hamper economic growth. Which means what? Corruption, fixing, bureaucracy, मारना, सब कुछ ये तो कर रहा है। और वो जो आर्मी जो इलीगल एक्टिविटीज कर रहा है, उसका क्या हिसाब किताब है? कुछ नहीं। बट इसने ठेका ले लिया। पुलिस कुछ नहीं कर सकता, ब्यूरोक्रेसी कुछ नहीं कर सकता, ओनली आर्मी कैन डू, राइट? दैट्स हिज थिंग। क्योंकि जैसे हम सबको पता है, SIFC उसने एक वो इन्वेस्टमेंट ग्रुप बनाया है straight with the businessmen. So he's now one-to-one with the businessmen. The rest of the Pakistan government is out. Now, what is the next thing? Okay, he has revealed a blueprint for revival of Pakistan economy. Great. But what does Dawn say? What this is from the editorial of Dawn. He says recent meetings between the army chief and representatives of the country's business community in Karachi and Lahore have revealed the outlines of a plan to revive the country's economy by mobilizing all resources through the Prime Minister-led Special Investment Facilitation Council. इसका ये है, okay? This is the thing. So this is a statement of fact. Now, what is that contain in that? While speaking on Monday, Interim Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakad said Arabia and Middle East states were to invest 25 billion each. अगले 2-5 साल में 25 बिलियन लगाएंगे। और COS ने क्या बोला, इसका असीम मुनीर ने, कि वो भाई 10 बिलियन डॉलर वो हमारे बैंकों में रखेंगे। और अगले 3-4 साल में 3 साल बोल रहा है क्योंकि इसका टेन्योर 3 साल है। 75 billion to 100 billion will be invested in by Gulf states in Pakistan. और एक $1 trillion इकोनॉमी हो जाएगा। अब चला इसका इकोनॉमी 1 ट्रिलियन भी नहीं होगा, अभी 4 गुना हो जाएगा। ये तो काब दिखा रहा है सबको, झूठ तो बोल रहा है। कौन देगा इसको इतना पैसा? So this is the story which is being spun out in Pakistan. Okay, now what do their people say? He says, Don says they are all unreal expectations. Though the nation is going through a painful cost of living crisis, the civilian and military leaderships are of the view that better days are just round the corner. ठीक है, मैं बुरा शब्द इस्तेमाल नहीं करना चाहता हूं, पर ये बेवकूफ बना रहा है सबको ताकि वो अपना हुकूमत चलाए। अभी तो बड़ा क्लियर है, वहां उस देश में इलेक्शंस होंगे नहीं जल्दी से, कुछ दिन लगेगा इलेक्शंस होने के लिए। अगर होंगे तो अभी उसका भी पता नहीं कि इलेक्शंस होंगे कि नहीं। ठीक, तो देखते हैं क्या होगा पाकिस्तान के अंदर। ओके, ये देखने वाली बात है, वेयर विल पाकिस्तान गो, बिकॉज अनरेस्ट इन पाकिस्तान इज प्रॉब्लमेटिक फॉर अस। ओके, Khurram Hussain he's a op-ed writer in Dawn. What has he written? He's talking of chasing mirages. He says the last time an army chief met the business community in the midst of a sharply deteriorating economy, we saw a string of policy gimmicks emerge as an attempt to redress the grievances aired during that meeting. This was in 2019. जावेद कमर बाजवा का मीटिंग किया उसने उसने भी किया इकोनॉमी टेक ओवर करूंगा ये करूंगा वो करूंगा when the country was only a few months into an IMF program. अभी तो IMF program के अंदर है. That saw a sharp devaluation of the rupee and a hike in the interest rate. ये दोनों हो रहे हैं अभी और ये ख्वाब दिखा रहा है सबको कि मैं $100 बिलियन लेके आऊंगा. ये कौन सा बेवकूफ है जो पाकिस्तान के अंदर जाके $100 बिलियन रखेगा. ये पूरा CPEC was an outlay of $62 billion. उसमें not even $30 billion has been invested over the past 10 years. So where is this going? Nowhere. But by putting all this out, there is something else happening in Pakistan. That is the more important thing. Okay? He says, this man says in the op-ed dismissing the constitution, this is an extraordinary phase of Pakistan's political life. None of the 5 directly elected legislatures are in place. All, इनके जो provinces हैं, main, खैबर पख्तूनवा, सिंध, बलूचिस्तान और पंजाब में कोई इलेक्टेड पार्लियामेंट नहीं है, राइट, ना सेंटर में है, राइट. Both the federation and the 4 provinces are being governed by unelected caretaker governments, not just for 90 days, which is the maximum period mandated by the constitution, but for extended periods. जब तक ये इलेक्शंस होंगे 1 साल 1.5 साल हो सकता है अगर हो तो. और तो मजे की बात है 3 और लोग अभी रिटायर होने वाले हैं. एक इनका प्रेसिडेंट रिटायर होने वाला है अगले 1 महीने में अंदर. इनका जो चीफ जस्टिस है वो रिटायर होने वाला है और एक और है जो रिटायर होने वाला है जिसको ये इसका जो ISI का चीफ है वो भी रिटायर होने वाला है. खैर ISI का तो ये संभाल लेंगे. The new chief will bring his own guy, but the first 2 gone. So the constitution is completely subverted today in Pakistan, and there is no constitutional authority to lay the rule down. So virtually, it is not a caretaker government; it's an undertaker government. Undertaker पता है ना कौन होता है? जो शवों का dispose करता है. It's an undertaker government by the chief undertaker, who is the chief of army staff. Right? And this man, Javed Hussain, says, state of illusions. We are living in a world of state of illusions where the country is fast hurtling towards an economic meltdown. We are told our bad days are over, with billions of dollars in investment soon expected to be pouring into the country that would change our fortunes. But the current military leadership's involvement in matters of economic and investment policy making process under the interim administration has reinforced the apprehensions about the establishment of a long-term agenda. There is no ambiguity left now about who is in charge. It's complete. This is a long-term agenda. This is not going to change. Why am I telling you all this? Because we have to factor this in, instability into our whole system. Okay. This op-ed writer, he says coordination is the key, is the headline, but he talks about civil war. क्या बोलता है ये कि अंदरूनी एक सिविल वॉर चल रहा है. इसने बोला our country is in the midst of a major civil war. Civil war. All the pillars of the state are in conflict with each other. Civil. यानी army versus legislature तो है नहीं, फिर भी politics versus bureaucracy सब लड़ रहे हैं. And within each pillar there are conflicts as well. If there was coordination between them and within them, then the confused killing of security personnel continued killing of security personnel would be considerably lower and people would not disappear. ये जो कहानी इनके ड्यूरेंट लाइन में हो रहा है उसके बारे में जिक्र हो रहा है इधर. As they do without a trace, there would be better control on inflation और रिलेशंस विद आवर नेबर्स एक्सेप्ट परहैप्स फॉर इंडिया. देखिए ये भी इसका भी ये बड़ा क्लियर फिक्सेशन है अगेंस्ट इंडिया. दे कैन नॉट इम्प्रूव. People in Pakistan don't want to improve their relations with India at any cost. So we have to live with this neighbor. We have to understand this. So at no stage, this is my way of looking at it, that we should even give a helping hand, you or talk about it to them. And that way, I think what Mr. Modi has done is fantastic. Also, evictions and arbitrary arrests would not take place, and bureaucrats who take decision on governance issues would not be changed every second day. So there's chaos. Everyone talks of that state is an absolute military rule where the bureaucracy has been set aside, where political systems have been set aside, the judiciary has been set aside. It is military rule with the straight thing. So what the Akar now they're looking at military codes, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. What does this man say? When the PTI government was ousted through a vote of no confidence, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari exclaimed, welcome to Purana Pakistan. उसने बोला था, अभी भी मेरे को याद है. Little did we know that the clock would be turned back a little more and then desired, and we would end up in a very Purana Pakistan that closely resembled the General Zia era, when basic rights were constantly under threat, general elections remained elusive, vagara, vagara, vagara. So Pakistan is going back to the Zia era. One guy says it's going back to the Zia era, one chap says it's going to the Bajwa era. And soon someone will say it's the Pervez Musharraf era. तो ये जो फिफ्थ डिक्टेटरशिप हो रहा है उधर, जैसे किसी ने बोला इंडिया एज ए फिफ्थ सुपर पावर, ये फिफ्थ डिक्टेटरशिप हो रहा है पाकिस्तान के अंदर. सो पाकिस्तान से कुछ आशा करना इज डिफिकल्ट. आई डोंट सी इट हैपनिंग. ऑफ कोर्स इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का भाव इतना बढ़ गया है कि वहां दंगे हो रहे और भी हो सकते हैं. उसके अलावा इन्होंने गिलगिट बाल्टिस्तान में अनरेस्ट हो गया है और वहां नारे भी लगे कि हम मोदी के साथ मिल लेंगे या इंडिया के साथ मिल लेंगे. एंड बेसिकली इट्स सेक्टेरियन डिवाइड बिटवीन शियाज एंड सुन्नीस. आजकल वीडियोस निकल रहे हैं कंपेयरिंग पाकिस्तान ऑक्युपाइड कश्मीर एंड इंडिया अपना कश्मीर बाय पाकिस्तानीज, नॉट फॉर बाय अस. ठीक, हमें जरूरत नहीं है. हमारे यहाँ इलेक्ट्रॉनिक बसेस हैं, वहां आग है. आज एक लॉयर स्ट्राइक हो रहा है पाकिस्तान के अंदर. इसका नतीजा क्या होगा पता नहीं, पर थोड़ा बहुत मैंने एक आध सुना. ये सब व्हाट डू दे से? दे डिमांड रिलीज ऑफ पॉलिटिकल प्रिजनर्स, oppose civilian trials under Army Act. They advocate civil supremacy and ask army to stick to their constitutional role. Okay? And demand treason case against the election commission. Okay? Seeks to end perks enjoyed by state officials at public expense and dialogue on economy. When Pervez Musharraf was brought down, he was brought down by the lawyers. Lawyer strike हुआ था, brought him down. This is, on the horizon. Today I don't know what's happened. I mean, I was more interested in G20, so I didn't bother. So the things going ahead are not great for Pakistan. Pakistan might just descend into anarchy. And when that happens, something might break. And that is something we have to be careful about. And of course, अफगानिस्तान के साथ जो हो रहा है हमें सब पता ही है. टुडे अफगानिस्तान एंड तालिबान आर वर्चुअली एन एनिमी ऑफ पाकिस्तान, जिसके बारे में हमने परसों जनरल राज शुक्ला के साथ बात किया था. राइट? और इसके अलावा गैस रेट्स आर सेट टू इंक्रीज. ये कल इनके फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर जो लेडी है उन्होंने घोषित किया है. इसका असर क्या होगा देखेंगे आगे. ओके, पाकिस्तान का अंदरूनी हालत देखिए. ये जो ट्वीट में लिखा है, फूड panda rider looted for pizza by robbers in Peshawar. जो जो खाने का डिलीवरी है उसके सर पे गन रखा, that they put a gun to my head, first they ate the pizza and then they took over my cell phone as well और भाग गए. ये नौबत आ रहा है जो खाने के लिए लोग बंदूक इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं पाकिस्तान का. Such is the state of affairs as the economic crisis deepens. देख लीजिए आप वहाँ क्या हाल है. So this is what it is. Then this is a very interesting excerpt which I put out. She is talking of sleeplessness in Karachi. This lady, very interesting article. पढ़िए. I am consumed with the thoughts about the economy, the country's security, the speed at which we seem to be moving towards martial rule, and how this impacts my family's future. सब अपना डर रहे हैं वहाँ. I do not know what else to disconnect from without living in a world oblivious to one's surrounding. यानी कि मैं क्या करूं कि मैं सब जो हमारे चारों तरफ हो रहा है वो बंद कर दूं और मैं बैठ जाऊं कि हमें कुछ ये बाहर क्या हो रहा है हमें पता ही ना चले. There is a saying, right? How sleep is a luxury few can afford. नींद नहीं आता. I think the same is true for living in delusion, a disconnect, or unawareness to what is happening in Pakistan. लोगों को नींद नहीं आ रहा है पाकिस्तान के अंदर, इनका हालत इतना खराब है. That's why I brought this thing, which I thought जितने भी ऑपर्ड मैंने एक्सट्रैक्ट किया, दिस वाज द मोस्ट स्ट्राइकिंग थिंग which tells you पाकिस्तान का अंदरूनी हालत क्या है. ओवरऑल क्या है? We are destined to live in a state of either cold war with China and hot peace with Pakistan, and probably hot peace with China also. I spoke of this some time back, but this is what we have to be prepared for. But how to prepare for this, what has to be done, we'll see later. Right? Thank you. I'll now take on questions. I hope you have liked these two presentations. If you like whatever I've spoken, kindly share this, press that bell icon, share it, and request more people to come and join in. And if you are the first time viewing this video, subscribe to this video, subscribe to my channel, and also join as members. I see 2 members have joined today. I'll welcome them and I'll shout out to them first. Oh, right. And first, Ravi, thanks